What's poppin'? Welcome back to DBP Reloaded. You see what's on the screen here, Madden NFL 19 on the Xbox One. Alright? Love these intros. Now, yes, it's not the gameplay footage, but I mean, this is not the real life gameplay footage, but I do like these clips. They did a good job with these. They was putting these in the intro, you know what I'm saying, these games, and I thought they was dope, you know what I mean? Yeah, this Madden was fire, man. I love the cover and everything. This Madden was dope. The Antonio Brown joint, definitely fire. So we on the Xbox One because I already got saves on it. Like I said, I would have did PS4, but listen, when I transferred, I forgot to put my stuff into the cloud or back up. You can back up all your save that on a thumb drive. You can do that. You can actually back it up on a thumb drive and then transfer it over to the new system, or you can put it in the cloud. I didn't do none of that. So I lost all of my stuff before I got rid of my old system. I ended up selling it, right? So I lost all my data, okay? So, but on Xbox, I don't have that issue. That's why we doing the Xbox, okay? So let's get right to it. Let me unmute this here, all right? So fire, you got the long shot. Let me make sure you're able to play this offline. Let me just make sure. Yep, you can play offline, new game, and that's good. Yep, so you can play this offline, so let me get up out of here. So, just like in 18, you got the story mode. Very well written, you know what I mean? Very well written, okay? Listen, I recommend just off this alone, because 18 and 19 aren't expensive. You're gonna spend a couple bucks. Like, you might spend a max $5. Like, you're gonna spend $3 to $5 for this, more likely. You know what I'm saying? If you go get this physically, like in the game store somewhere. Now, if you get this offline, understand you're gonna pay more for shipping than the game. Okay, so I recommend going into a GameStop or something like that to get a hold of this game. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on, what the heck? Hold on. Okay, my bad, y'all. I was messing with the mute and unmute. All right, yeah. So, this game here, like the mode's 8.5, right? 8.5. You got franchise, you got long shot. Now, I do like how it's real simple here. You know what you're able to do is right here. Now, Ultimate Team, I think that's tied to a server. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know why they still have that up there, but at least right in your face, what you can do is right there. It's not a convoluted menu. This menu is fire. This menu is fire. I love this menu. I like how you got highlights of what. I like that. The menu is simple but yet effective. Okay, so 8.5 for the modes because you got franchise. Okay, and then you got the story mode. But the thing is, you can't go in and do playoffs or anything like that. It's just literally franchise and long shot. And like I said before, everybody is not gonna want to go into franchise and play through seasons. They just want to just probably do a tournament or something. And for that not being available, that takes a hit. But I still say 8.5 because even if you just got this game for the story for a few bucks, it's worth it just to try it out. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get to it. Yeah, see, you got skills, training, practice, and exhibition. That's the basic stuff right there. You know what I mean? But you don't have, playoffs and things. So we gonna roll with the Lions. We gonna go. No, guess we can go away. We can go away. Ooh, Madden Legends. Elites. Man, I need to see who on those rosters. I ain't gonna do it right now though, but let's see. Random. Dallas Cowboys. We're gonna do random just once. So Dallas Cowboys, you don't really see the Cowboys like that when I do it. So let's go. Let's get it popping. Yeah, this game, I thought this game was fire. I enjoyed this game a lot. You know what I mean? But I enjoy Madden. I'm not gonna sit there and lie to y'all. I enjoy Madden. I'm not gonna tell you I don't enjoy Madden. I do. You know what I mean? So, I'm not about to sit here and be faking the funk, man. I enjoy Madden. I do. Is it perfect? No, but I do enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So, But the hate it gets, they brought it on themselves. So I can't help them there. You know what I mean? You eliminate the competition, people have a right to be upset about that. So, but that don't mean the game is bad. So. Oh my headset's so low.
So with that, let's head over to the heart of Texas. Massive AT&T Stadium in Arlington. On the call, here are
This
Brandon
look
Gaudin
dope.
and
I
Travis
like
Davis.
this little intro scene. That's hard right
We
there.
are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and
Yeah.
Arlington at the
Yeah, these graphics
luxurious
is clean.
AT&T
You know what I mean? Like,
Stadium.
the graphics is
Obviously, they do
clean, man.
everything big here in
Yeah, these
Dallas, and the
clean.
introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football and Big D
2 3 minute
as their
quarters for the
guys will
review.
do
You know what I
battle
mean? So,
with the Detroit Lions.
yeah, these graphics is crispy.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and
Like I
just
said,
a couple moments away,
it could be because
who
I'm on
will
the
you be
Series
watching
X.
in this
So
one?
keep in mind, this is the Xbox One version, but I'm also on the Series X. So that could very well be why, you know, it looked clean like this. That could be the case. You know, so let's talk to Dak Prescott. Let's talk to Dak Prescott, man. Let's holler at him. Let's holler at Prescott. Nice. Yeah, these graphics about a 9, man. High 8s to a 9. These are nice looking graphics, man. You know, the game looks really good, man. Really good. Presentation is all right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they're not gonna knock your socks off a presentation. They're not gonna do that. It's definitely is good, but it's not like all world and nothing like that. Come on. Try to blitz or something. Yeah, I would say like the graphics off top, man. We looking at probably like we looking at a high 8s to a 9. I'm willing to say a 9, but if someone say high 8s, I'm not mad at that. But I'm willing to say a 9. Presentation, I mean, we in the 8s, low 8s or something like that. I mean, the presentation is fine. You know what I mean? It's just not all world next level presentation. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. The modes, like I said, 8.5. If you want to say 8.3, that's cool. But I give it an 8.5 due to that story mode. You know what I mean? And like I said, the story mode is good. So 8.5 for that. But if you want to say low 8s, I'm not mad. Either way it goes is in the 8s. You know what I mean? Gameplay is definitely smooth. I'm gonna say high 8s for the gameplay. The gameplay is high 8s. You know, it's premium football. Oh my God, we getting cooked. It's premium football. The thing is, you know, like I always say this, you know, you can say whatever you want to say about this. I'm gonna say it every time. Say whatever you want to say about this. Sit maximum football, the Doug Flutie game, all that. And I'm gonna review those. You might see those this week, to be honest with you. I'm gonna review those. And I'm gonna tell you. And you're gonna see it same style, 2 quarters. You're going to see what those games look like. And it's not to bash those games. I just got to show you what they look like because it's a lot of bashing that goes on with this game. And it's like, listen, man, like, those other football games is terrible. On the low, like, I mean, I'm being honest, you know what I'm saying? So, you want to know what bad football feel like, okay, put that in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so this game, you know, Madden, you know, they got to take accountability for the bad press it gets. You know what I mean? And the bad press it gets is the fact that you bought the license out. And you, or whatever the case is, you know what I mean? You bought out the competition. You know what I mean? You eliminated the comp. So now you didn't give anybody another option. So since you took away people's option, they got a right to be upset. They got a right to be upset. You took away people's options to play other stuff. You know what I mean? As far as NFL wise. You know what I mean? No one is really forced to play this. But I mean, if you want, in a sense, they are. Because if you want the updated rosters with authentic teams without mods and things like that, I guess you want to say air quote official, they have to play this. And you took away people's options. So that's bogus and out of pocket. So, I mean, whatever hate you get, I mean, I get it, you know what I mean? But, oh, come on. There you go. But whatever hate you get, you brought it on yourself, 100%. It's nobody else's fault. It's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Why people is upset about this and steadily upset about it, which I get. You know, so. But that don't mean the game is bad regardless. You know what I mean? It's still the best football game on the market because there is other football games. You know what I mean? Like if you're talking like, oh, the football games that's modern or up-to-date football games, Madden is the best one by default. By default, it's the best one. You know what I mean? So however you feel about that is what it is, but it's the best one by default, right? But it's not like they got real competition either. So it's their fault. I can't, you know what I mean? Like the slander that they receive, hey, I can't be mad at that. I mean, do I think it'd be extra? Yeah, but come on, let's go. Let's go. Do I think it'd be extra? Absolutely be extra. Absolutely be extra. But I can't, like I said before, I can't fault anyone for being upset about this. I'm upset about it. But, you know, I give credit to the indie developers that's attempting to make football games. I do. But that don't mean I still got to tell the truth. Come on, there you go. Touchdown, baby. I still got to tell the truth on how it feels. I still got to tell the truth. And they're not up to part of this. You know what I mean? So it's easy to look good against those games. Now, if those games step their game up, now look at Maximum Football. I will be getting that eventually. Like I said, I have it on Steam, but I will be getting it for console eventually. I just want it to be done. You know what I mean? I want it to be done because it's in like early beta stage, whatever the case is. So it's like I could get it to review it or whatever the case is, but if it's not done, it's not done. You know what I mean? So I want it to be finished before I even do that. Maximum Football do look good, but as far as on the visual side of things, but the gameplay is not up to par. But they did make strides. They, you know what I'm saying? So I give them credit for that. You know what I mean? But either way, that's probably the closest outside of Legend Bowl and College Bowl. But College Bowl and Legend Bowl is a different style. You can compare it, but then again, you can't, right? So Maximum Football is the only like that one is kind of it's closer on the visual side of things, but not with the gameplay. So, I mean, if they keep like, listen, it's not impossible for somebody to come in and make a football game without licensed teams and have it comparable to Madden. It's not impossible if they actually did put the work in franchise mode, made it deep. Not made the game wacky. Just make it a realistic football game, just not with real players. Make a realistic football game that don't have real players in it. You know what I'm saying? But let's not make it wacky. Just make it a real simulation football game. Just and have a deep creation suite, the gameplay on point, the franchise, the contracts, all that good stuff. Make everything official. The only thing missing is just authentic teams. If somebody can come in and do that, Madden to legitimately have competition, you know what I'm saying? But it's making a football game is harder than, you know what I mean? Making a football game to have everything on point, make sure that the AI on point and everything, it's hard. And Madden got the recipe to do so. Whether people like it or not, they have the recipe to do this. You know, everybody else, they don't have the recipe. They learning how to do this. Now, if someone learn how to do it, then they in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is. Look, the game, I would say the game is I say a mid 8 out of 10 here. Mid 8. If you want to go high, I'm not mad at you. Mid to high 8. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I recommend trying this out for the long shot mode. Definitely try it out for the long shot mode, if anything. If you like stories and games, it's not nothing long. You know what I mean? You get that. You know what I mean? Pay a few dollars. Get that. Play the long shot mode, man. I think you might like it. You know what I'm saying? If you like football movies and things like that, you might like this. You might like the story mode if you don't want to do nothing else. But if you gonna only do that, I say get this in the store, because that's the only way it'd be worth it. If you sit there and try to pay shipping and all that, end up paying $12, $13 and all that just for a story mode that don't last that long, you're gonna be upset. But if you go into GameStop or something, or a local game shop, and pay like a few dollars, you might be like, all right, cool. And then you might want to dive into franchise mode or something. Who knows? You know what I mean? But I say definitely, I couldn't stand that coach right there when we had him. That's Patricia too. But I would say do it like that, you know, and I think it's worth it for a couple bucks. I do. Nice. I think it's worth it for a couple bucks for sure. So I say give it a shot. And the franchise mode is still there for you, because the game still look good, man. Still look good to this day, man. playing on the series, it still look good, man. So, and if you a big creator, okay, go into franchise mode, create you a bunch of draft players, create players and do your own thing, have your own story mode and stuff like that, or create your own story with it, for the ones that like to do that, you know what I mean? So, but this game is I would say mid eights. I'm cool with giving it a high 8 too with the story, but I can't go a 9. I want to, but I can't because you don't have enough. You know what I mean? But the game is definitely premium. It's definitely premium. Like I said, the hate that Madden gets is due to the fact that they don't the option. So you got to look at yourself in the mirror. You know what I mean? You got to look at yourself in the mirror when it comes to that. Look at your reflection of why you get cooked like this. You know what I mean? Because no game is perfect. Let's be honest. NFL 2K isn't perfect. They have issues. You know what I mean? But the game is fire. All right. But that's not perfect football. Nice interception. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. NFL 2K isn't perfect at all. It's just fire. No game is perfect. No game is perfect. Okay? Undisputed going through that right now. They trying to appease too many people, and they messing the game up on some real stuff. Undisputed is messing the game up because they trying to appease too many people. All right, so that's just the reality. You know what I mean? So what Madden don't do, they don't try to. They like, listen, this is what we do. So either you rock with it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? And hey, it is, and that's how you got to kind of move with it. Either you rock with it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we put out. Like I said, it's premium. This is what they put out. Whether either you got the option to play it or not play it. It's really that simple. There's no in between here. You know what I mean? So yeah, this here mid 8. I say mid to high 8 out of a 10 here for sure. So I definitely would give it that. Look, Madden is Madden. Do we want competition? Absolutely. The closest thing right now is maximum football. It got some things wrong with it, but that's the closest as far as visuals and everything. Okay, that's the closest that's the closest, right? But I would say the best alternative is Legend and College Bowl. But College Bowl isn't on console yet. And Legend Bowl, the PC get the updates first, because on College Bowl you can transfer the draft classes over to Legend Bowl, but you have to do it with the files and things like that, and it's not a seamless transition. You know what I mean? So, or a seamless export. So I mean, once you get the console, and if you actually put it out on console and have it simple as far as transferring the draft classes with College Bowl and Legend Bowl, if that happens, I don't even know if that's gonna come to console. It's supposed to, but I haven't seen it yet. So if those two, if College Bowl come to console, right, and then it gives and then he update or that team update Legend Bowl like it is on Steam, then there's conversations to say, well, that's probably the best simulation football game. You know what I mean? It's just 16-bit style. You can argue that, but visually and everything is not comparable, obviously. But look, EA's back with college football, so they got the football market sold up. Honestly, they got it sold back up. So, look, we need comp. That's true, but Madden is not bad. It's just it's not bad. It's not a bad football game at all. It's just the hate that it gets is due to the fact they're the only option and people are upset about it. So they gonna get venom coming their way. All right, but the games that I'm playing, reviewing, they're not bad. They're premium football games. It may not differentiate itself from the other titles too much, but they stick with the formula. They don't play with it. They play safe. They hop in the ring and play safe with it. They're not about to be experimenting on nothing. You know what I mean? They're gonna keep it safe and make minor tweaks. I'm not one to go crazy about that. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So, hey, that's why I say whatever version you like the best, play that one, and just play that one. You know what I mean? Go into franchise mode and play that one, because I always say they're gonna retire. The player's gonna retire. So if you in the franchise modes and stuff like that, just find the games that you like the mechanics the best in and just go like that. You know what I mean? So make sure you like, subscribe, share the content. Really appreciate it from everybody. Peace.